Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So today we are talking Kevin Samuels striking once again in WTF Wednesday because what is, this manosphere without foolishness from Kevin Samuels, you guys? What in the world is happening? So let's get into the latest clip that is now going viral this morning, and we'll immediately react to it, you guys. We will immediately react to the foolishness.
But if you have made it to 35 years old and you're unmarried, you are a leftover woman. A leftover woman. You are what is left. Men know that there's something likely wrong with you. Whether you want to hear it or not, I'm going to just go there with you. I'm telling you the truth that you don't want to hear. Men know that there's something likely wrong with you. But you cannot be fit in an adjustable 6 or higher, 35, unmarried. Something wrong with you. That's where men automatically coming at it. And here's the thing. Just like when you were between the ages of 18 and 25 and you didn't want to settle, you were trying to get the CEO, the pilot, the investment banker, you were trying to get flued out. Here's what's going to happen. If you are a woman 35 plus and you want a man that's on the same lifestyle level, you're going to have to share it. All right, what do you think about sharing to me? Come on now, don't go quiet on me now. Don't get quiet on me.
I'm okay with that because if they're gonna mess around with other females, I'm gonna do what I want to do too.
No, that's not how that works.
Okay.
That's not how that works. You share a man and sit your ass down.
Okay.
I don't understand why you ladies think it works that way. But please go ahead and tell me why it does. I want to hear, and I'm going to let you speak. Because this is that whole, if you do it, I'm going to do it too. Ain't nobody trying to marry you. Ain't nobody trying to marry y'all in mass. Ain't nobody trying to pay the bill for y'all. This ain't just about sex. You can find somebody else to have sex with. Great. Can you find somebody else to pay your rent?
So that is Kevin Samuels striking once again, basically saying to women who are over the age of 35, and we know he's specifically calling out black women, that if you are single and you've never been married, that you are, quote, leftovers, you guys. But I am not taking advice from somebody who is twice divorced, you guys. That's the first problem. Why should I take advice from somebody who is twice divorced? And this is what happens when people are single and people are lonely and they are looking for direction and everything else. We're still in a pandemic. Ladies, single ladies, if you want relationship advice from a black man who's happily married to a black woman with kids, go to Kevin Hicks' YouTube channel. Like just free promo. Go to Kevin Hicks' YouTube channel. That is a Kevin who knows what the hell he's talking about, you guys. Because this is foolishness and this is a lie, because I literally have relatives who got married over the age of 35 and started a family with, quote, the high value man or what have you. So this is foolishness, you guys. This is absolute foolishness, and this is designed to cause more division in the black community. This is designed to cause lower self-esteem and have people feel that they're inadequate, that they're not good enough, not taking into account the reasons why somebody over the age of 30 might be single, right? And he doesn't talk about the percentage of men who are unemployed, who do still live at home with their parents, who, quote, want to, build themselves up and get to a certain income level before they settle down with somebody, which is also disparaging the statistics. They're fine cohabitating, but aren't marrying at the same rate, right? So this is foolishness, and this is just based off of, somebody who is bitter that a woman does not want to marry him for the third time. And we have to keep it a buck, you guys. We have to keep it a buck. Why should I take advice from somebody who is twice divorced, giving bad advice like this to people because he has all of these subscribers, right? And then he boasts about, oh, I've married some couples. Well, recently somebody called him out because there's not that many couples he actually has, married in his private group or what have you. But this is foolishness, you guys. Literally, I know plenty of people who got married later in life over the age of 30 and are not considered leftovers. And are your CEOs, are your nurses, are your doctors, are your lawyers, every walk of the pond, you guys. So this is just crazy, but it is what it is. He wants to go viral for once again saying disparaging things about single women, telling you that you should make a rash decision in your 20s after you graduate college to hurry up and marry somebody so that you're, quote, not considered damaged goods by the age of 30. Make it make sense, you guys. Make it make sense. We are in a time, you guys, where people are more career oriented, where people want to secure certain careers. We understand that runs the risk that, hey, we might not get married right away. We might not even have kids right away, right? We understand that, but it's called having standards at the same token as well. And that's what settling means, right? If you are going in it to settle, then you're going to have to deal with the consequences that come with that. And there's some women who are not going to settle. And there are some women who are going to be CEOs, who are going to, get their bag. They're not trying to hook up with a millionaire or hook up with an athlete or trying to get chose on Instagram. That's not what the mentality is for most single modern women, you guys. And this is just terrible advice. This is terrible of a take, you guys. Literally, I come from a family where both of my parents are still married. Both sets of my grandparents were still married. So why would I take advice from somebody who is unmarried? This is not somebody who is, in the church. This is not somebody who is, teaching the importance of, what it actually means to be married, what it actually means to work with your partner, what it means to actually build a partnership together with somebody who complements you, and what the actual qualities are that you should be looking for in a relationship, in a committed relationship, and not settling for no BS. And the nonsense that you're going to have to, quote, share a man if you're over the age of 35. Yeah, no. Not all men are cheaters. Breaking news, you guys. Breaking news. Not all men are cheaters. Just putting it out there. And some of you guys get wrapped up because Kevin Samuels has on a suit and he recommends expensive cologne that most of his audience isn't purchasing anyways. And you guys eat it up. You guys eat it up and you think that what he is saying is the gospel. And most of you aren't even considered high value men that's on his channel. That's what's so funny. You're not even in the demographic that he's talking about. Yet you think this is okay. You think this is okay to basically, if somebody's over the age of 35, to say, no, I don't want her because Kevin Samuels told me she's damaged goods. What? So even a woman who is single and childless, but because of her age, she's damaged goods. Really? Really? And what about the single men? What about them? What about black men having the highest unemployment? What about them, right? What about the number of unmarried black men? What's wrong with them? Why does it always have to be the woman's fault? When there could be blame to go around. But spreading this nonsense to people is not okay. Is not okay. So there's no way I'm going to have somebody that is over the age of 50, twice divorced, telling me what he considers is leftovers. Not happening, you guys. Not happening. And this whole thing where you're going to be ridiculed if you choose not to settle for foolishness, and that you want to accept somebody who's going to cheat on you and potentially bring home diseases, an outside baby, and, emotional heartache and pain. Really, that's what you think that women are going to put up with, especially over the age of 30. Make it make sense, you guys. Make it make sense. But this is just foolishness. There are literally, you guys, relationship coaches. There are literally people who exist in this space specifically to help women over the age of 25, over the age of 30, regardless of your age, regardless of your marital status, if you're single, if you're widowed, if you're divorced, or what have you, or if you're early dating, to give you the proper tools of what you need. If you had been, a boss and running things and this and that, and you haven't had time to settle down because you've been killing it in your career, you've been killing it in education, and, being at the highest of your level. There are relationship coaches designed specifically for that type of modern woman, to where you don't have to waste your time with foolishness like this from Kevin Samuels, you guys. They are out there. And so then some people are leaving comments, oh, but leftovers are good too. Men can be leftovers too. That's what's so funny. Men can also be leftovers, you guys. And it's just astounding to me that, once again, people fall for the okie doke, because what happens is Kevin Samuels, he goes on these interviews with people who have larger platforms and tries to sell this dream that, I just try to tell good advice to people, and I just want to see successful relationships, but they don't talk about that. They only talk about the clips that go viral. And that's because you're always insulting women. You're always insulting women. And then you're giving this awful advice, you guys. Just because you're single does not mean there's something wrong with you. Just because you're single and childless doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. Just because you're single with children doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. Seriously, there is somebody out there for everybody. Now, in terms of where it is, that's going to be debatable. In terms of whether or not you have to date outside of your race, that's going to be debatable. What you're willing to put up with is going to be debatable. What is your moral values and standards when it comes to dating, when it comes to a committed relationship? And that is going to determine what you are going to, wait for, if it's the right person, and what you're going to settle for if you believe this foolishness. Literally, I know women who got married in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, and their 70s. And I also know women who rushed to get married immediately after graduating college, only to end up divorced a couple years later. So that's the thing when people say things like this, and they want to push out a certain narrative to get you to believe that there's nobody out there for you, that there's nobody that's going to be good enough for you if you reach a certain age and you're not married. And that's not true, you guys. That's absolutely not true. We all live different walks of life. We all have different things that are going on in our lives. And heck, we're still in a pandemic, you guys, with cases increasing. So this whole thing where, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, is designed to keep you guys upset, depressed, with low self-esteem, and thinking that, quote, all the good men are taken. And it's just simply not true, you guys. It's simply not true. We are all on our own journeys. We are all killing it in whatever way that means for you and I. And there are good men out there who are not looking at women as, quote, leftovers. But this is what happens, you guys. This is what happens when somebody is in pain, when somebody is suffering themselves, they also give out bad advice to other people because they want other people to be just as miserable, just as unhappy as they are, because they're not on their third marriage. You see what I'm saying? Even Steve Harvey, has, is married once again, even though his relationship history is kind of, at least he's still getting married, you guys. At least he's still finding a wife, even though some of his advice is a little, but compared to what Kevin Samuel's telling you, No. This is complete and utter foolishness, you guys. Complete and utter foolishness. But this is what I mean. You can listen to people who put on a suit and, get a nice haircut and recommend, like I said, expensive cologne, expensive grooming products for most of your audience that is not going to purchase it anyways. And you eat up the nonsense he's telling you. But I need to see his receipts and I need to see his statistics because I have statistics of my own. And my own statistics tell him he's full of it. But it's unfortunate the influence that Kevin Samuels has on the minds of black men and black women who think that this nonsense is okay, who think this philosophy is okay. It's not okay, you guys. It is not okay. So here it is, you guys. Here it is. But those of you who are single, or even those of you who are married, regardless of your relationship status, I want to know in the comments what you think of this foolishness that Kevin Samuels is saying. That if you are over 30, you're damaged goods, and you're going to have to share a man. Which in 2022, women are not putting up with cheating unless you are going into it knowing what the situation is and are not okay with it. But modern women now are not sticking around and would rather do bad by themselves. So there's that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys